Hey, Justin Christensen here from Conversion Fanatics, and today we're going to talk about landing page optimization. Now, landing pages come in many sizes, shapes, and forms. It could be as simple as a homepage on an e-commerce store. It could be sending people to your category pages or your product detail pages if you've got an e-commerce platform, or it could be something as simple as a lead generation form that is asking for, a free trial or a demo request, or to download a white paper or some kind of ebook or other ethical bribe that you might have. Or it could come down to something as simple as an advertorial that you're trying to pre-sell the visitors with some content before you take them through. But I wanted to talk about some of the landing page optimization elements that you need to be testing on a regular basis. And first and foremost is your headline. So studies show that you have less than 3 seconds to get and keep somebody's attention online, and that is getting worse and worse as more distractions keep popping up. So one of the number one things that we recommend is always test headlines. And one key benefit of testing headlines is you can actually figure out what pain points and what key benefits of your product your visitors care about most just in a few words. And generally our formula for a headline is 16 words or less. Here's who we are, here's what it's going to do, and here's what we have for you, and here's what to do next. So it's a pretty simple formula, but you're trying to pack it with as much benefit. And if you're going to test headlines, you can test all of the different key elements that you have of your product, and then that can inform your additional marketing efforts and where you need to turn your focus next. Next is you always want to have some key benefit bullet points or general kind of basic short form description of what it is that your product does for the visitor in terms of benefits above the fold of the page. So we always want to maximize above the fold of the page, and it's particularly more important on mobile that you pay attention to what elements you're showing above the page so you can engage those visitors a lot quicker. Next is, if you're testing forms, is always try to test the minimum amount of form fields that are needed to get the job done. So if you're going for a quantity of, say, leads, you're going to want to test just as something as basic as an email address. If you're going for a little bit more quality, try testing adding additional fields. However, too much is too much in a lot of cases, and you want to test removing some of those unnecessary elements on your form. Next is you're always going to want to have some form of call to action and blatantly obvious what the next step is. And in a lot of cases, you want to emphasize, and tell visitors exactly what you want them to do, such as fill out the form on this page to get X benefit. You could have something like, select your quantity or select your color as the next call to action if you're doing something like a product detail page on an e-commerce store. And then a very bold, blatant next step. If you're doing an advertorial, you want to have a big banner or element there that can show them exactly what you want them to do next above the fold. Next is images. You always want to have good quality images that support the benefits of your product. You can test things like cartoons, you can test graphics, you can test photos, the direction at which the person is looking, towards the call to action, but it needs to support your cause and show your product or show things from different angles. We've tested images every which way from Sunday, and generally we find that the more supporting and of the benefits that we can be with those images and the more we can showcase the actual product, the better off it's going to be. Next, you're going to want to test anything to do with social proof or any other supporting benefits that you have. Leverage icons, to emphasize your guarantee or, made in the USA. And you're always going to want to emphasize either testimonials, as seen on, featured, number of happy customers, such as if you have a ton of happy customers, you want to highlight, we've got 55,173 happy customers. That will generally help entice the visitors to move on. If you have reviews, highlight the reviews up high on the page, whether it's just the star rating and then view reviews or something like that in a hyperlink, or some kind of lightbox pop-up. But the big reason there is nobody wants to be first. They want to know that other people have experienced the benefits that you have in your product before they actually go through reading the rest of the options. So that's just a few ideas for landing page optimization, and things that you're going to want to test is just pay attention to your headline. Always have benefit-driven bullets or a short description, maximizing above the fold of the page, leveraging reviews, strong call to action, and big, bold, blatant next step, and exactly what you want them to do. So that's all I got for this video today. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to share it, like. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you never miss one of our videos. And we'll talk to you again on another video. Thanks.